Are you holding a small fortune in your pocket change? The Washington Quarter has been in circulation for nearly a century, and some rare editions are worth thousands of dollars. Today, we'll count down the top 5 most valuable Washington Quarter dollars and dive into their fascinating history. The 1984 D Washington Quarter was struck at the Denver Mint and is part of the long-running Washington Quarter series, which started in 1932. The coin is composed of a copper-nickel-clad composition and was minted in large quantities for circulation. While it is common in lower grades, finding one in pristine condition can be more challenging. Most 1984-D quarters found in circulation have significant wear, reducing their numismatic value to just face value. However, uncirculated examples graded MS-65 or higher by professional grading services can command premiums. The 1984 D quarter does not have notable varieties or major errors, but collectors still seek well-struck examples with minimal contact marks. Coins with full details on Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers on the reverse are particularly desirable. In terms of value, circulated 1984 D quarters typically trade for their face value, while uncirculated specimens in MS-65 condition can sell for around $10 to $20. Exceptional examples in MS-67 or higher can reach $200 or more, but such grades are rare. Collectors should also be aware of potential mint errors, such as off-center strikes or die cracks, which can increase a coin's value. If you believe you have a high-quality or error coin, getting it certified by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC can provide an accurate valuation. While the 1984 D Washington Quarter may not be among the most valuable in the series, it remains an interesting piece of American numismatic history and is a great addition for those building a complete set of Washington Quarters. If you have a 1984 D quarter in exceptional condition or a unique error, it could be worth more than face value, making it a worthwhile find for collectors. Happy coin hunting! The 1980 D Washington Quarter was minted at the Denver Mint and is part of the long-running Washington Quarter series, first introduced in 1932. This coin is composed of a copper-nickel-clad structure and was produced in massive quantities for general circulation. While most 1980 D quarters hold minimal numismatic value due to their high mintage, some unique variations and conditions can increase their worth, particularly if they exhibit special characteristics such as a brownish or toned appearance. The brown shade on some 1980 D Washington quarters may be the result of oxidation, environmental exposure, or improper storage, rather than a mint error. However, some naturally toned coins are desirable among collectors, especially if the toning presents attractive patterns and colors. Generally, circulated 1980 D quarters are only worth their face value, while uncirculated examples in MS-65 condition can command prices of around $5 to $15. Coins graded MS-67 or higher are much scarcer and can reach values of $100 or more, depending on market demand. Errors such as off-center strikes, doubled dies, or die cracks may significantly enhance the coin's value, with some rare error coins selling for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. If you come across a 1980 D quarter with an unusual brown shade, it is recommended to have it assessed by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to determine whether it is natural toning, an environmental effect, or a true mint anomaly. While the 1980 D Washington Quarter is generally not considered a high-value collectible, its historical significance and potential for rare errors make it an interesting piece for numismatists. The 1974 D Washington Quarter was minted at the Denver Mint as part of the long-standing Washington Quarter series, which began in 1932. This coin is composed of a copper-nickel-clad structure, as the U.S. Mint had transitioned away from 90% silver quarters in 1965. With a high mintage of over 353 million coins, the 1974 D quarter is considered common in circulated conditions. Most examples found in pocket change today are only worth face value, as they have seen extensive circulation. However, uncirculated or high-grade specimens can hold some value for collectors. A 1974-D quarter graded MS-65 can typically sell for $10 to $20, while those graded MS-67 or higher are much rarer and can fetch $200 or more at auctions. Error varieties, such as doubled die obverses or off-center strikes, can significantly increase the value of a 1974 D quarter, with some rare errors reaching hundreds or even thousands of dollars. One of the most well-known mint errors on this coin is the clipped planchet error, where part of the coin's edge is missing due to an issue during production. Another key feature to examine is the quality of the strike, as weakly struck coins with missing details may be less desirable to collectors. If you come across a 1974 D quarter in exceptionally high grade or with a notable error, consider having it certified by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC for authentication and valuation. The 1985 P Washington quarter was minted at the Philadelphia Mint and is part of the long-running Washington Quarter series, which has been in circulation since 1985-1932. This coin is composed of a copper-nickel-clad composition, as the U.S. Mint transitioned away from 90% silver quarters after 1964. The 1985 P quarter had a very high mintage of over 774 million coins, making it a common issue in circulated condition. Most 1985 P quarters found in pocket change are worth only their face value due to extensive circulation and wear. However, uncirculated specimens in high grades can carry a premium among collectors. A 1985 P quarter graded MS-65 can typically sell for $10 to $20, while those graded MS-67 or higher are much rarer and can fetch $200 or more at auctions. The most valuable 1985 P quarters are those with mint errors, such as doubled die obverses, off-center strikes, or die cracks. Coins with these rare anomalies can significantly increase in value, sometimes reaching hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on the severity and demand for the error. One notable feature of this coin is the weak strike often seen on Philadelphia minted quarters from the 1980s. Collectors look for well-struck examples with sharp details, particularly in Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers on the reverse. If you believe you have a high-grade or error variety of the 1985 P quarter, consider getting it professionally graded by PCGS or NGC for authentication and valuation. While the 1985 P Washington quarter is not among the most valuable coins in the series, it remains an essential part of U.S. numismatic history and a popular collectible for those assembling complete sets. The 1983 D Washington quarter was minted at the Denver Mint and is part of the long-running Washington Quarter series, first introduced in 1932. This coin is composed of a copper-nickel-clad structure, as the U.S. Mint had already transitioned away from 90% silver in 1965. Despite occasional confusion, no 1983 D Washington quarters were struck in silver. However, some quarters may appear silver-like due to environmental exposure, toning, or an error in the minting process. The 1983 D quarter had a high mintage of over 617 million coins, making it a very common issue in circulated condition. Worn examples typically hold little numismatic value beyond face value. However, high-grade uncirculated specimens can command higher prices. A 1983 D-quarter graded MS-65 can sell for $15 to $25, while those graded MS-67 or higher are much rarer and can reach $500 or more at auction. One reason collectors seek 1983 quarters is that the U.S. Mint did not issue official mint sets in 1982 or 1983. This makes finding uncirculated examples more difficult, as most coins entered circulation immediately. Additionally, collectors look for full strike details, particularly in Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers on the reverse. Error coins, such as off-center strikes, double-die varieties, or missing clad layers, can greatly increase the coin's value. A missing clad layer could give the coin a silvery appearance and might be worth hundreds of dollars depending on condition and authentication. If you suspect you have a rare 1983 D-quarter with a silver-like appearance, consider having it examined by a professional grading service such as PCGS or NGC. While the 1983 D Washington quarter in worn condition is usually worth only its face value, rare high-grade specimens or error varieties can bring substantial premiums. Keep an eye out for well-preserved examples or unusual characteristics, as they could be valuable additions to a coin collection. Happy coin collecting!